this one waits until she's 22 years old to holler rape, and she had a car. She came on her own. I didn't go drag her up. She was never made to stay at my house. She was never made, she had to come. But in court, she says she was made to come.
Do you understand how a molester grooms a victim? Do you know what that means, to groom a victim?
No.
A molester will begin very slowly with their victim. If it's a pedophile, they will work very carefully, very slowly to gain trust, to gain power, to gain control. They'll tell them, there's nothing wrong with this. This is okay. It's no big deal. I obviously love you. This is just normal. You don't need to tell anybody. We don't talk about those kind of things. This is just normal. And one of the things you said that just floored me is you said he wouldn't do that. He's family. Do you understand that?
I didn't say he was family. I said your grandpa wouldn't do that.
You don't think that the fact that he was family had any impact on whether you believe this or whether you didn't?
You answer me something. He was around his nieces all the time. There was little girls around where we lived.
Yes, there were.
Would you just pick one?
If I was a pedophile?
Yeah. Do you just pick on one? Wouldn't there be others?
Yes. There very possibly could be, yes.
How do
Maybe
you
yes,
know?
maybe no. What's your point? Are you saying that
why just my granddaughter? Because this one wasn't at my house when she says she was raped.
Well, let me share a statistic with you. 3 out of 4 adolescents who have been sexually assaulted were victimized by someone they knew well. And approximately 30% of sexual abuse offenders are relatives of the victim. That's who they have access to.
But that
So
wasn't
that's
my
who they
husband,
target.
Joe.
What do you mean it wasn't your husband, Joe?
He didn't do these things.
You've never had any idea in your mind that he might have done this?
No.
It never occurred to you?
There was only one time, and that was at the motel. But his hands was over her leg. His hand was. She said he didn't hurt her or anything. 9 years old, and I asked her to start staying home. I did not want her coming to the house. Only
Why?
thing she could think of was,
Why
how am
not?
I going to get my clothes? Why not?
Yeah.
Because I didn't want her around. I know this sounds awful, but Joe was drinking a lot. When we go bowling and everything else, he's got all these girls kissing him and hugging him and everything else. And I felt like she was old
Some
enough.
of them young girls.
No, not little girls.
I didn't say little girls, young.
They were younger than I am, yes.
Yeah. Now, let's talk. You said that there's this one time, and you help us with this, Ashley. Didn't you admit that you woke up one night in a hotel
That's what I was talking
and he was out of bed, around by her bed, laying his head on the bed with his hand up under the covers
No, she was laying on top.
on her leg? Hands
was-
on her leg.
Yes. His hand was
Now-
over her
Now,
leg.
come on. You know, you and I have been around too long to
Well,
kid each
you
other.
know-
You wake up in the middle of the night, your husband's on his knees at the bed of a child with his hand on her leg, and that doesn't go ding, 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 ding with you?
No, it didn't go ding, ding, ding with me because a lot of times she complained of her legs are hurting, her feet are hurting, and he rubbed her legs for her and her feet.